Good morning. The IRS announced changes to the 2012 IRS Voluntary Disclosure Program. Now, if you're unsure about how that affects you, well, don't worry, you're not alone. But luckily, Kevin E. Thorn, the managing partner of Thorn Law Group, is here to break it all down for us. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Angela. How are you?
I'm wonderful, and it's great to see you again.
Yes, yes.
As I've just said, the IRS just announced changes to the voluntary program. Can you tell us exactly what that is?
Well, that is correct. The 2012 program is still in effect, but I would like to call it the new 2014 IRS Amnesty program. This program is going to broaden the range of people that have the opportunity to come forward and disclose their bank accounts in other countries.
Okay. So is it largely targeting people who have money overseas, or is this for everybody?
Well, I think that the new program itself has a few parameters. One is it's looking at people that actually live abroad in other countries. So in other words, if you have someone that's been overseas for 3 or 4 years and hasn't filed their tax returns or hasn't picked up income, this is a great opportunity for them where there'd be zero penalty. In addition, people that live in the U.S. that haven't done the same thing, haven't disclosed these accounts, it opens up an opportunity where there's potentially a 5% penalty that they could actually get if their conduct is actually non-willful.
Now, do you find that, okay, the IRS is obviously doing things to try to entice people to just come forward now, before there is a bigger penalty. Are you finding that people are taking the bait and doing it, or are people more inclined to just say, well, you know, no one's caught me this far, I'm just going to take my chances? What's the norm?
Well, I think a lot of people are coming forward because this is a great opportunity for them. The penalty used to be 27.5% for most, and now it's 5%. So obviously that's a substantial difference.
That's huge.
Range-wise, of course. And the new program gives people a chance to put this behind them, come back into compliance. They don't have to worry about the government finding them, and the government gets someone else within their tax base.
Would you say that the IRS is getting just a little more aggressive in finding people, or no?
Well, I think the Department of Justice actually has been very aggressive. They've been making deals with the banks and trying to obtain information concerning U.S. citizens with undisclosed offshore accounts, and they've been successful in striking deals with these banks. So going forward, I think that people are going to be more at risk, so this is a perfect time for them to come forward.
Because if they don't come forward, what do they have to look forward to?
Well, if they don't come forward and the government contacts them before they contact the government, what they're looking at is severe civil penalties and possibly even incarceration or a criminal investigation.
So what would you like to see happen? I would imagine you're really busy, especially with all of these changes.
We are very busy, and that's a good and a bad thing, but I would like to see people come forward, take advantage of the opportunity to disclose their undisclosed offshore account and move on with their lives. I don't like to see clients that actually are put under the microscope of a criminal investigation. I don't think that benefits that individual or the country, in fact.
So what if people are of the mindset, look, I've got a lot of money that I owe the government, and I'm just afraid, and they're polarized and don't really know what steps to take? Do they just pick up the phone, call you, and you take it from there, or what?
Well, I think they have to call an experienced tax professional that actually has experience in this area and helping them work through the voluntary disclosure or amnesty process. And yes, go in and talk to an attorney. There is attorney-client privilege, so the information that they share will be confidential, and they'll then be able to find out their options. But to do nothing is really, I don't think, an option for people that could be facing incarceration.
Kevin, you just raised a good point. I mean, even if they feel like, okay, I know I'm in trouble, I might not know to what degree, but at least have the conversation with a trained professional, right?
Exactly, yes. Having that conversation would probably open their eyes to a lot of opportunities they didn't know existed, and also the money that they probably would lose at the end of the day or have to pay out would be a lot less than they anticipated.
It's great. Great information. Always good to see you. Can't wait until next time.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll have more Let's Talk Live coming up right after this.